So guys, welcome back to my second tutorial about TensorFlow Lite, and in this tutorial I'm going to build a digit classifier, and for that we need a model first. So the model is pretty standard and I have shown this code a lot of times, so I'm not going to go in detail, but what I need to do is at first I'll import my TensorFlow, NumPy, matplotlib for plotting, and the random function for testing for random data sets. Then I'll be using the amnist dataset, so I'm using keras.dataset.amnist, and I'll be loading it to my train images and test images and train labels and test labels, so we can see it's a form of supervised learning. Then I can just normalize it to 55.0, so dividing it by 255. So let's plot the first 25 images and see how it looks for our training dataset. So I'll have plot.figures and size being 10 cross 10. And for I in range, let's say 25, I'll have plot.subplot 5 I plus 1 and x tricks y ticks in the list, and just show it. So I let's say grid is equal to false, and grid is false, and I am sure that train images and cmap plot dot cm dot gray, so grayscale, and let's compile it. So plot.show is also important because otherwise it's not going to show. So there's an error here. See, it should be cmap, and if I run it again, you can see this is our first 25 training images. So now let's create a model, and it's a pretty simple model. So at first our input layer is of like say 28 cross 28, and then we'll be reshaping it to 28, 28 and 1. Then I need two convolution layers with kernel size 3, and finish should be like 32. So at first we will take 32, and after that in the next convolution layer I'll be taking like 64 block by block. So that's for convolution to take blocks, and you know how it works. So convolution, and then I'm max pooling it to max pool size is 2 and 2, and I need to have a flatten function and a dense function at second. So I'll be having like 10 numbers 0 to 9, so dense will have a size of like say 10 neurons. So let's have a model compile, and I need an Adam optimizer, and loss function will be like sparse, this is sparse categorical cross entropy, and here I'll be having the metrics of accuracy, and this is our model. And I need I think there's some errors here. So the error is, so I missed the commas here, and there are some other say. So the code of this model will be, let's say the Google, I'll have the Google Google Colab notebook in the description, so you can check that and download your model if you want from there. This code is not mine, I have downloaded from the code labs, and if you want the link of that also, so that will be in the description as well, so look for that. And here it's working fine now. So what I need now is to run the epochs. For that what I need is let's say model.fit, and I'll pass in my train images and train labels, and let's say epochs is 5. This is going to take a lot of time to run the epochs, so let's let it run for now, and let's try the rest of the code. So for test loss and test accuracy, we will evaluate our model for test images and test labels, and we'll be printing it, so we can see later. Other our epochs are still running, so let's have converter to convert a TensorFlow model. So tf.lite or tf.lite converter from keras model, and our model here, and our size should be like divided by let's have our model to be a converter or convert, and the size is divided by 1024. We can also quantize it, shrink its size, and that can be done by optimization. So converter optimization is equal to TensorFlow Lite dot optimize or default, and we can have our quantized model here. We can test this model using inference that I have shown in my previous videos, and that's why I'm not going to show it here. Although the code will be in the description, so if you're interested you can check there, and then we can just write our model here. So like amnest.tf.lite, and I've got right here, so our context model, and close. Then we can download it, or we can specify the path we're gonna save. So that's the code, and I have actually saved the code. I actually have the model here, and you have to save the model in your assets when you create a new Android application. So for starting, we need two things here. We need, in the dependencies, we need to have uh, an implementation, because this draw view is not given by Android Studio, and we need to import it from GitHub. So that's why. So in your build gradle, you can actually see this implementation in the last line, that is com.github.deviantshub, and this we need here. And also I need also an implementation of TensorFlow, that you already know. I know, because I have shown in a previous video that you need that. And also an app compress for uh, TF-Lite. So here you can see, for because this version is old one, and it's not going to work with latest API like 21, so we need to override a library. So you should use this line, use STK tools override library com dot, this particular line you need to override libraries. And one more thing I need is to, in our build Gradle text classifier, you should just in our all project you should like this line, repositories maven url http jetpack io. This is also important, otherwise this app is not going to work, because we need the draw view to draw the particular text, the particular digit. That's why we are doing this work so far. So let's create a layout first. So although I have already created, but I'll show you how to do it. So this is the layout that we want, and we can do this by two ways, but so here we need a draw view, a text view, and a button. So let's go to our layouts. So in res you can see that there are layout option, and here I'll be just creating another layout here. So new, and here I can just select layout resource file and name it anything you want. So let's try is not very resource. So ERR, and press OK, and here you have a new layout, and I'll be just creating a draw view here. So for that I think I should just write it in my text here. So here in your line, in your activity.xml, in your err.xml file, I can just write com dot, so com dot, it will just show up here, and here I can specify everything that I need, like the constraints. And so guys, in the top left corner you can actually see the draw view here, and I can just drag from there and set the constraints that I want, left, right, center, match parents, and everything there. So I can just drag from here and set the size and constraint. So I don't need to write any more code in an XML file, and that's so. Okay, let's set the constraints left, right, and I think I should just leave the bottom here, because I need a text view here, and I can just connect the bottom constraint to my text view. So I think I should just now shift to the layout only, so because I don't need this anymore. So let's set the ID to be draw view here, and ID is important because we need a reference for our layout, and we reference it using the ID when we write the code in our main XML file, main Java file. And guys, if you're interested in the code of the whole application, that will be in the description as well. Although the code is in Kotlin, but you can just change few names here and there, and it will work fine. So here I need a button as well to clear the text for my text view, for my draw view here, because when we draw one thing we need to clear it as well, so we can draw another and see what it will predict. So let's set the constraint for button as well, and so for set the bottom constraint to text view, and set the button's bottom constraint to the bottom of the whole layout. And I can just set the IDs of button and text view to, let's say, so my epox is still running at this point, but I'm not gonna blame it, because I'm running a lot of applications at this point on my system, and it's having like 8 gigs of RAM. I'm not gonna push it anymore. So let's say ID is like clear, and for text view, let's say predict, because it's gonna show the predictions that we're gonna get from a draw view. So this is, guys, this is a part 1 of the whole series, and it's gonna be like 2 or 3 part video. In the next part, I'm gonna load my Tensorflow model. If you're interested, you can just check my previous video. Here I actually showed how to load model and how to get the right output. So by the time I post that video, you can check that video and try yourself. And what I need here is let's set the constant value to 32, so it's look better. So now text view, let's set 32 and 32 and 32, and I think everything is fine now. And let's switch to our main Java file, and let's remove the code that I've written so far. So for starting, I need to create few private variables. Let's say a draw view, a text view, and then button. So private draw view draw. I think I should have it inside the class. That's why showing the error. And guys, if you haven't done the thing that I've shown you earlier, you're not gonna have a draw view here, because it's not it's not come pre-installed in Android Studio. Although there are other options to paint and different things that you can do, but this is not gonna work unless you do the thing that I've shown you in the video. So I need a draw view, a text view, and a button variable. So I have, the name will be like draw view predict and clear. So let's link the reference. So I need a draw view, find view by id, r.id dot draw view. Remember the id name that we have given, that's our id dot draw view. Similarly for button, find view by id, r.id dot clear, and I need another variable that is predict, and we're going to reference it to our text view, find view by id, r.id dot predict. Well, I think we have encountered an issue here, because I have 2 layout files here, so it will be confused. So I will just delete the file that I've created right now. So I'm going to delete it. Don't worry, the other one also is similar. There's not much difference here. And what I need is, let's create a set on click listener. So new view dot on click listener, and here I'm gonna set draw view dot clear canvas. And what it will do is, whenever I click on my clear button, it's gonna remove everything that I've drawn on my draw view. And I need to get the text to show on my, I don't think I need string text predict dot get to string, because so what I've done is create a on click listener, and what we'll do is whenever I click on my button, it will clear everything that I have drawn on my clear canvas, on my canvas, or you can say draw view, and that's what it's gonna do. So in this video, I'm just gonna show you this thing only, because I wanted to create I want to clear a few things that we needed, like that draw view and everything, because if you don't have those things, then we cannot create, then there is no point in creating everything else, because we need that particular drawing. So that's why I created this whole video, just to explain those things here. So let's see the app here. So I think it's gonna take some time before it works. So just starting. Because in the meantime, I'll just say, if you like this video so far, I'll ask you to subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon if you like the video only. And if you want me to change something in my videos, or if you want a proper explanation of the code that I have shown you about that, or building a model, write in the comment section and I will make a video. And thanks for watching, guys.